Hello, and welcome back to Password. I don't have an intro again. Did I have one last time? I don't remember. Things are happening, right? Yeah. I left the lab and entered the basement again. Roswell had a lot to explain, but without understanding what was happening to myself first, there wouldn't be much point. I eased the door open to Roswell's room. It seemed everyone else was preoccupied with one thing or another, but I was able to make the journey there unnoticed. Some were having breakfast, others were milling about just outside the back door. I was too distracted to really take notice of specifically who was out there. Thanatos was sitting on Roswell's bed, unmoving, no sign of Roswell either. Carefully, I wandered closer to reach out for him, stopping just short before I heard him make a sound similar to a groan. Ugh, this is boring. Lazily, he turned to look at me, and we locked eyes. Maybe he was expecting Roswell. Maybe he was just dazed in a way only a robot could. What are you doing here? Why'd your voice change? This is how I normally sound. So I have a couple questions. Sorry, I'm busy. You'll have to come back later. I know Roswell is your master. He did a double take, looking past me at the closed door to the bathroom. He's not my master. He is. Oswin confirmed it. But there's more important things I want to ask, so can we not play around and try with... God damn it. Oh, why... So can we not play around with trying to trick me into wondering if Oswin is lying? Now, why would I do that? Why would you change how you sounded once you realized that it was me, in the room with you? I told you, this is how I normally sound. I rolled my eyes, sitting down on Roswell's bed. So, question 1, did you force me to have a vision last night? No. Alright, question 2, do you know what's supposed to happen today? Yes, Dominic will come by later and collect Oswin and, That's what I want to know. Who goes? I have conflicting memories. Conflicting how? Actually, better question. What do you mean by memories? This happened before. Yeah, it's strange. Like, today's already happened before. Vague memories about how things were meant to go, but now it's different. How different? Well, I came downstairs and knew Roswell was spying on me. I knew he was going to ask me to hang out with Orlando today, but instead, I asked him to do it first. Interesting. So, we have a problem. I have vague memories about me going into the woods tonight. It's all kind of jumbled up, but I remember parts. What parts? I remember the walk out to the woods with Oswin. I remember maybe leaving. Anything useful? I also remember a situation where I run into Roswell and Dominic in the woods. Roswell is held at gunpoint and is, shot. Yeah. Thanatos starts to pace, as if he was thinking about something. Give me 5 minutes. He sat down and became very still, almost like he was when I first entered the room. Then after what seemed about 5 minutes, he stood back up. You just waited the whole time, Dave? You just patiently waited? Did you poke him? Did you poke him in the face? I probably would've. I don't understand. What exactly don't you understand? Your memory checks out. 2 iterations ago, you went out with Oswin into the woods and returned dead, carried in Tyson's arms. The iteration after that, I relayed that information to Roswell, and for some dumb reason, he went out instead. And then got killed. Pretty much. So if me going out results in my death, Roswell going out resolves in his, then what options do we have? Honestly, we could have another go and send Roswell out. His problem was that he went out after you started acting funny, thinking you'd follow. Which you did. Did I say why? Nope. Though if I had to guess, it'd be your thing where you want to save everyone. They're my friends. Yeah. Hero complex. I heard you. So, what happens now? Beats me. Tell me something, and be honest. Roswell, this whole time, has been behind everything going on, right? To try and, keep you alive, yes. But why? Why me specifically? That's not something I should answer. I stood up and went to the door, leaving Thanatos on the bed. Oi, where are you going? You stay here. I need to go talk to Roswell. I'd locked Thanatos in Roswell's room, or at the very least, closed the door on him to make escape harder. Okay. And then, following Orlando's voice towards the rec room, I looked in to see if Roswell was in fact keeping him busy. Roswell was sitting quietly next to Orlando while he was talking hurriedly about something. It was clear that this conversation was one-sided, even while the video game was idling in front of them. Hey! The tone in my voice reminded me that I had yet to make coffee, and I was surprised that they hadn't made a move to get breakfast, or were still downstairs. Not that it mattered. Dave, what's going on? Nothing, just checking in. Everything all right? Everything's fine. Doesn't seem fine with how you're staring at Roswell like that. I haven't had coffee yet. I'll get in a minute. Oh, sure. Hey, Orlando, can I ask a favor? Of course. What's up? Can you step outside the rec room for a second? Wait. Well, I'm just I'm forgetting words. I'm slapping them in. You know how it is. I need to talk with Roswell privately. What about? Nothing serious, I promise. Just important enough that I need to talk to him alone. Dave, you understand what's happening right now, right? What's happening today, and with everyone being on edge and everything. I know. This is related to that. Then I can stay. If it's important, then why does it have to be a secret from the group? It only needs to be a secret until I ask Roswell some things. After our talk, then we can tell the group. Promise. With a nod, he stood up slowly, looking between me and Roswell and heading into the door. All right, well, don't take too long. And with that, he closed the door behind him, leaving Roswell and I alone. Roswell. Dave? I stomped towards him, confused, scared, and angry all at the same time. When I got close enough, I dropped to my knees in front of him as he sat on the beanbag and grabbed him roughly by the shirt. Lit suplex him. I wanted to punch him. Yeah! I wanted to hug him. Oh, no. Not punch him. Really funny. I didn't know exactly where it landed, but he broke the silence first by putting a hand on mine. Are you okay? It was a question I wasn't sure I had the answer to, but I shook my head all the same. How could you? How could I what? It was you. This whole time it was you. Putting our friends in danger, and for what? It was a dry gasp of air instead of a chuckle. I needed a glass of water or something, as I could feel my head starting to pound. To keep me alive. To stop me from dying. He let his hand fall away and stayed quiet. Say something, asshole! I snarled, rearing a fist back as if to throw a punch. At once I felt Tyson's influence rubbing off on me, but in the same instance, Roswell didn't even flinch, just looking at me with sad, tired eyes. Go on, Dave, if it'll make you feel better. Instead, I just grabbed him again, throwing my arms around him in a hug. Did you even think to tell me what was happening? Did you ever think that maybe I would have wanted the choice? You never listened. Thanatos just... He shook his head, looking me in the eye. Let's just start at the beginning, I guess. Maybe. Sit down, because this is going to sound crazy. At this point, I'd believe anything. So to start with, back when we were kids, I got sick and moved away. That's only half true. I just spent a lot more time here. A lot more time. You're just going to offer that for free? Should I let you tell me what you've already figured out first? No, I think we're beyond that. And during that time, Oz made Thanatos for me, as a friend. Not like I could see anyone else while sick on this mountain. But when Thanatos was turned on the first time, he felt strange. Strange how? That he was going through the motions, introducing himself, but holding himself back, holding something back. Only later did he fill me in on everything, or at least most of what I assumed he'd lived through. As in every version of this vacation. And then some. Countless nights he'd tell me the different ways this all played out. Sometimes the vacation didn't happen, sometimes it did. Even when it did, there were variations. Like what we'd do on what day, or even who showed up. He told me of every possible permutation of things he'd tried to fulfill one simple promise that I asked of him way back at the start of his life. To save my friends. By killing them? You can't expect me to believe for a second that this is okay, that explaining this to everyone else is going to be met with, "Oh, okay, Roswell, I understand why you tried to kill us." I'm sorry, okay? I didn't know what to do. Maybe not listen to the rat that's trying to get you to kill your friends. But if I didn't, everyone would have died. That's the one constant that he says always comes to pass. But killing people, Roswell, our friends, people we love? And watching everyone die tragic deaths is better. Watching you die, then Tyson, then Orlando, and Dean, and Sal, and then Orlando, and Orlando's twice. What? How come Haas isn't listed? Do we care so little about Haas? Do we care this much about Orlando? These are questions I want answers to. Watching everyone fall apart just because you died. I flinched, unsure of how to take it. I didn't realize just how bad things were if I was at the middle of this. And so my choice was between doing nothing and given Thanatos had said that trying to tell you met with failure, or doing something to try and save at least some of the group. But how do you pick that? How do you live with yourself with that? I'm dying, remember? I can spend what days I have left guilt-ridden, and then pass away knowing that, at the very least, the person who was terminally ill died first. This is messed up. So the choice is yours now, Dave. You know. Somehow all of this, you know what my side is. And if you choose to condemn me for this, then you're completely right in doing so. That doesn't get us off the mountain. That doesn't save us from what's about to happen. For what it's worth, I didn't plan Memphis's arrival. But you still tried to kill people. I rested back into the beanbag, looking up at the ceiling. I have no idea what we're meant to do now. Do you have any ideas? I think we need to tell someone that would be able to process all of this and help. You can't be doing this alone anymore. I haven't been. Oz helped set things up, arrange things. Though he wasn't meant to be on this mountain. Well, so much for that. He knows you know, I'm guessing. I was going to talk to him again later, in an attempt to figure out what to make of this mess, but here we are instead. What about Orlando or Dean? No offense to either of them, but I don't think this is really something they know how to handle. How about Benson? Or Leggy Boy? He's got like the longest legs still. It's just, I can't get over it. It's been over a year and I'm still just like, what's wrong with his legs? He knows, but hasn't ever liked Thanatos. It feels what he knows is too invasive to privacy and against the natural order. He's a robot. He's hardly natural as it is. Tell him that. I've tried, but it doesn't work. I got up slowly and stood there for a few moments before offering a hand out to Roswell to help him up. Yes, help him up and then punch him back down to the ground and leave him. Pour a glass of water. It'll be funny. Promise me that you're not going to kill anyone here else. Between now and when I die? Ever. Technically, I haven't killed anyone, but I promise, no killing. That's not what I mean. I mean no more killing in any timeline. How can you guarantee that? You go and tell Thanatos that it's over. But Dave, doing nothing means you die, and if you die... Then I find a way. Because, don't become a murderer. Don't let yourself think that's the only way out. Find a way to make me understand, even if it means hurting me. But no killing. I'll see what I can do. I wander over to the door and open it again, looking around for Orlando. Seems like Orlando has moved on. So, I'll go talk to Thanatos and figure something out. You're going to talk to Oz? Why do you call him that anyway? Isn't Oz... instead of Oswind or, you know, Uncle? It's complicated. We split off with the plan that Roswell would pick up where he left off with Orlando after relaying what he talked about to Thanatos, which left me to figure out a plan with Oswin, or at the very least, let him know how things went. Now I'm back. He looked up from his computer at me, gesturing me closer. And? I still don't know what to think or feel. He just admitted everything. Well, yes. Well, you know me and flipping words around. Yes, well, you know Roswell. Stubborn and childish like his father. He's gonna talk to Thanatos about plans for every timeline moving forward. I trust Roswell will make the right choice. But do you trust Thanatos? He's the one that's going to relay all of this forward. I'm going to have to, even if the chances of him actually doing it are slim. I've got to try. For what it's worth, I commend your faith. Moving on, I need to find out what the plan is for tonight. Obviously, me going is a bad idea. So is Roswell. I was thinking about that, actually. How much of this trip into the woods do you remember? Not enough to be useful. I remember the walk there, and I don't know if it was from when Roswell went out or when I did. I can pick some parts that I can rule one way or another, but not enough. Nothing from when we reached the other end. Oh, what of showing the exit? I don't know, sorry. Bits and pieces are still coming to me, but it's a lot to process. It can't be helped. Let's rule you out of an option. So we understand that I don't want any of my friends in danger, right? Of course. But someone would need to go if we wanted to leave Benson in reserve. Here to ensure some level of safety. No, just send Benson, whatever. We got Sal, he's a wall. A whole ass bed. Like, Tyson's here and Dean is here. We got these muscle lads. We can always use Roswell as an actual meat shield as well. Yes, this should be on the table, I think. So the choice should be Dean, right? He's the one best suited to navigate the woods anyway. Is that what you believe to be the right choice? He's the only one of us with this sort of experience. So long as he's willing, he's got the best shot of coming back. Seems reasonable to me. Though, how is this going to play out with the rest of you while I'm gone? Well, presumably this is going to end up with Dean coming back and telling us where the exit is, and then we leave. Very well. And you're fine with this? My original plan was, well, to have Roswell come with me. Then should the worst happen, I know he was safe, or dead. Yeah, being dead is a great compromise there. Given his sins, and mine, I feel it appropriate that he either gets out, or dies trying. After all, you know what he's been plotting now. I'm not looking forward to explaining this to everyone else. Then don't. I have to tell them something. One of their friends has been trying to kill them, and on vacation no less. Then tell them after you're safely off the mountain. Or do you want to entice an argument when your focus should be on leaving? Grumbling and clenching my jaw, I shook my head. Good. Now is there anything I can do to assist further? Just tell me something. Yes. You were fine with Roswell doing all this from the very beginning. You knew, and you were fine with it? Truthfully, no. I didn't want to see the boy repeating my mistakes, but given our relationship, you should know what it's like. I don't understand. Imagine if David were still alive. Would he not give you the world if he were able? I went to argue back, but found myself faltering. He was right. Or at least, my memories of Dad was of a man who would give me anything I could have need or want if he was in the power to do so. Not to worry, Dave. There will be justice. There will be a time and place where all of this is put right, and you will have your vindication. And my life. Which of all things considered, is a blessing. He picked up the envelope on his desk, sitting there from where we'd conversed before. I really should tell that boy I love him. Have you ever? Maybe not as many times as I should, or impressed upon how serious I was when I have. Then do it. You're right. Perhaps I should before I head into the woods. Absolutely before you head into the woods. You never know what's going to happen out there. He grunted and tore open the envelope, looking at the picture held within. I wonder how much all of this Flora knew when she was here the day of your arrival. You think she might have planned all of this? Planned? No. Had a hunch, almost certainly. Though, given how Roswell turned out, it's hard to really know exactly where her mind is at. Spacey, but incredibly switched on when she hyper-focuses on something. Was she just visiting? Or was she here? Why was she here anyway? She'd have been here for a few days, checking on things. At first, I assumed it was just a visit, but who knows what exactly it was all for. Maybe she was waiting for someone. Maybe she was just spending some time with her younger brother. Guess we'll never know. No, I won't. You still might, should you make it off the mountain. You'd know where to go in order to find her at least. Osmond sighed and put the photo away, adjusting his glasses. Alright, I'll end the part here, everyone, so I will see you around.